What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Curious. Curious. Come on, game. Second time in a row, we're going to do first position. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's my highest win rate position at this point, but it's, I don't know. It's not my favorite. I think, I will say one thing I think I benefit from about first position is that in general, because fourth position drafts their leaders first, the strongest leaders go early, which means first position kind of gets left with what's left over. But I like playing all the leaders, so relative to players who are familiar with playing meta strategies, I am able to play the weaker leaders that I get dealt more easily. That's my theory of things, anyway. So I just played a game with 4 Humanity, but it came back up. It's a good card, but you can never really rely on getting really strong Imperium row cards from the opening row in Immortality. The Detonation tokens just make it too difficult. If there's anything good and it looks like you're going to get it, then people usually deny you. It's really one of the more unfortunate parts of the expansion. On the note of more unfortunate parts of the expansion, Face Dancer Initiate is going to stick in this row for a long time. And because of that, I don't think we can play Ariana. Because this card's going to be stuck here for a while. We met again, Hetty. Oh, they must be like playing together in previous games. Mimnon is normally good in first position, but these techs just stink. I think we gotta play Hundro here. Well, alright, I guess if you're gonna force me to play Tessia. Actually, I'm not very good at Tessia. This leader just, like, goes against how I like to play the game, I think, on quite a strong level. But if we can get the shifting allegiances, I think that doesn't matter. I think, you know, with a shifting... God. We have 7 in this hand. We could genuinely... Okay, so let's think about something crazy here. Let's say we went to Haga Basin, selective breeding. Well, the first problem with that is we have to trash the experimentation. But can we pick up 2 persuasion? Basically no. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. So, what's our plan here? I think it's probably like smuggling hardy warriors. Because we don't need fold spaces Tessia necessarily. Like, we didn't draw a ring, so the ring is not going to help us get to Interstellar shipping quickly. So I think we open with smuggling. I do think that like, For Humanity genuinely could be a very powerful card for us. I don't think it's worth our first revealing for. I don't think you can skip a 7th of your entire game just to pick it up. Especially when the fail case is shifting allegiances. It's been a long time since I won a game with Tessia. Partly is because I just don't play her, but the other thing is, like, when I have played her, it's mostly gone pretty badly. It's just not a leader I enjoy. I think the thing about her that's interesting is the ability to fake out alliances, to invest heavily in an alliance, then use your signet ring to retreat from it. So nobody went for the Hardy, so I think that is going to be what we do. We have 5 persuasion, so even if someone early reveals for the shifting, we can just detonate the road. Reliably get something good. Nobody went to a city, so nobody can go double cities and beat us here, so I feel pretty good about that. Launchy Wigan. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a Ender's Game joke. The 2 troops there is a little bit suspicious. Because if he has a dagger and an ambush, he can beat us. But he doesn't know we don't have daggers in hand, so I think it's fine. Factions are very popular this round. Hundro has double faction, and Ilbon has double faction. Which means that next round, neither of them can contest factions at all. So I may have a pretty good chance at getting something pretty strong. Carthag. So now Leza could potentially beat me in the combat. Actually, if she puts 3 troops in, it's not a potentially. It's just going to happen. Doesn't do it. I won't say she would beat me. She would tie me, basically. So we're going to get the shifting. Ooh, Guild Bankers is strong. But this going to Hundro is not nearly as bad as this going to Ilbon, so I can live with it. Do we want Liaison? I think yes. I think the Persuasion is really strong as long as there's 4 humanities in the row. Face Dancer Initiate, Tessia is probably the only leader that I would actually consider this for. And technically this does let you play your experimentations to factions. Murders your persuasion, but it does do that. I'll pick up a liaison. We just increased our dex persuasion by 4, so maybe if the road doesn't get detonated, we can go for the 4 humanity. Not next round, but 3 rounds from now, which maybe is a big ask. What are you doing? Guild Bankers was right there. What? Oh no! Oh no! And you didn't detonate it either. You know this is the best card in the game for Ilbon, right? Well, it is what it is. We'll see how much he can do with it. He's hesitating, so maybe he isn't going to buy it. Gets sighting in instead. Wow. That's crazy. Well, Leza will definitely take it. Yeah, she had a dagger in hand. She would have won if she put all her troops in. Maybe she didn't want it that badly. It's just a faction bump. Or not a faction bump, it's a shipping bump. And she's not going to get smuggling for a long time. So I could see why maybe she would do it that way. Wow, does nobody want this incredible card? Okay. I mean, I'm still at Master. I don't know if these... I don't know. I don't want to speculate about that. Because if I lose the game, then I'm going to look pretty stupid if I spend my time speculating about how my opponents are lower ranked. Speaking of, let's wish him a good game. So we can go Wealth Swordmaster if that's available. We're last, so it may not be. That would follow the exact same pattern as the last game. Thing is, I think it will be available. We know pretty much for a fact that these 2 players do not have access to faction. So it's like, does Leza want Wealth on her first action? I don't see why she would. Wouldn't she prefer either Hardy Warriors or Fold Space? Because what does 3 Solari give her? Mentat, I guess. If she put aside a dagger, then it would make sense for her to do that. Or if she just is saying, well, he's Tessia, I can't just let him go for a round 2 Swordmaster. That would also Make sense? But at worst, we're getting it round 3, so we're going to be pretty much in a good spot no matter what. We should be able to discard a dagger this round to get a spice, which is also pretty nice. Tech negotiation. Interesting. Maybe he's going for the treachery. He's not buying a tech, so obviously he just wants the persuasion. She does go wealth, so she blocks me. So we're not getting Swordmaster this round. We are probably getting it next round. We could technically go to smuggling. Oh, he's at 6 spice. Interesting. Well, I guess if we can't have smuggling, right? Sorry, if we can't have wealth, then we'll go to fold space. So he's going to cash out and give us a Solari. Nope, he's going to go up. Okay. So we want to get second in the combat. We're moving last, so we have a pretty decent ability to do that. Signet Ring we're going to go to a combat space with. Now, if Ilbon gets second in the combat and then on his first action goes to wealth, then he could kind of cause a problem for us here. Dreadnought. Oh, she's going for the Dead Nation play. Cool, okay. Well, that's fine and dandy, I suppose. So, are we going to Arakeen or are we going to Carthag? Arakeen, if we draw a 2, which is about half the deck. But there's no way this makes it back around to me. So I think it's got to be Carthag. Snooper is interesting. It's a good card to have this early. So let's go down on Fremen to go up on Guild. We'll have Interstellar Shipping next round. Let's discard a dagger for a spice. And then if we put... Ilbon doesn't have daggers. So if we put 2 troops in, we win the combat. Unless he's got a card, which we don't actually want. Although the 2 bumps is really good with Tessia. We could just use it to go up on Guild. Yeah, I think we put 2 in, actually. Because if we go up on Guild and we get another Guild bump, that's the Solari we need. I just won't put in 3. If he wants to use a card and beat us, he can. Hondro is going to mean that he's not going to actually get second without a card, which is really the thing that we were afraid of. So that's nice. Now with a spice, we could get the film, which would be pretty strong. Slig Farmer goes. So we want the Infiltrator. We're not going to get it, I don't think. Ilbon should be able to beat us to it. Buys Piter, of course. Does not buy the Infiltrator. Okay. I think Beguiling Pheromones actually could be pretty strong with Tessia, but we haven't picked up any faction. Somebody actually did buy the Face Dancer Initiate, so that's going to really help things because it's going to clear up this row for us. The only problem with this guy is that we don't have any research faction in progress. No, we have 1. Go ahead and buy that Infiltrator. Ooh, big money. Okay. We're going to get to use a Snooper next round, which increases our odds of being able to get the 4 Humanity or the Treachery. And just in general increases our odds of being able to do a lot of things. Sacrifice. Interesting. Okay, well, I didn't see that coming. So we go up on Guild, and I think we go back up on Ferment again, too. It's not a great hand. The fold space helps. The persuasion is high, and the infiltrator will give us basically the ability to guaranteed get Swordmaster. So actually, I would, originally I said that's not a great hand. I think I need to retract that statement. I think this actually is a very good hand. The only problem is if we use fold space to go to either fold space or wealth, then we run the risk of not being able to hit Swordmaster if we don't have the green. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 green in the deck. So it's more than half the deck, so we probably can get it off of either the fold space or the snooper. So I'm thinking maybe we play the fold space first. And then if we draw green off of fold space, we could trash a dagger with snooper. Fold space to fold space is like probably the correct play here. We can just shuffle away those Guild Influence and use those. These two go basically to the other 3 factions, which appears to be the way that people normally play Tessia. So she is going to get that detonation devices to go off. I mean, at this point, look at the garrisons. Like, it's going to happen. Yeah, so we can go interstellar shipping, but nobody's fighting us on that, so fold space just makes way more sense. So there's our green. So this game is just kind of crushing right now. Maybe this leader is still as broken as I thought. But I don't think so, because like these guys are just making bad plays. Like buying the Spin and Gesserit Initiate instead of Guild Bankers, or ignoring the Infiltrator. Like those are plays that most players aren't going to make. Which, I play this game for fun, so don't misinterpret my attitude as me being like the spiky dude or whatever. Like, in general, I think you should do the sort of the weird stuff if it makes you happy. For me, that's never gone through this card, because I just don't think this card's that interesting. But for some people, their utility function looks differently. That kind of card is really exciting for them, so you never know. Snooper, definitely draw that one. Don't want to trash that one. So we do this. And I think we're going to go interstellar shipping with shifting allegiances. The problem is that this could cost us for humanity. If we play with the Infiltrator, we do need to draw one. As long as we don't draw a dagger, we still get the treachery. Okay, just kidding. We could just take experimentation to interstellar, and then we still have 7. That seems a lot better, because it doesn't force us to cash out. I don't like not playing the shifting, but it's a 2 persuasion card. Like, it has a lot of value on reveal. So there is an open question of do we play the Infiltrator or not. It gets us back to the Infiltrator and the shifting allegiances sooner, but if we basically have like a 1/3 chance to prevent ourselves from buying the 4 humanity. And I don't think that that's worth it. Because that card is so strong. I think we've just won, right? Like, it's round 3. We're the only person with a Swordmaster, and we also have undisputed interstellar access. So, I think we just kind of crushed this game. Okay, not so undisputed anymore. Hundro is going to, quarter of the time be able to beat us to that space. So 2 in a row on this 4 humanity. So now we need to make sure that we trigger the BG Snooper 3rd or 4th so we can get an extra BG bump. And to be fair, we have kind of, lowered the interest rate in a metaphorical sense. Like, we're running on a lot of we're running on a lot of Tessia gas, So like, she falls off, is what I'm saying. So it's possible for us to lose this. That gets 100 of Swordmaster. So he's going to get to take 4 actions this round. What did we not draw? Experimentation. Okay. It's unfortunate because I would like to play it, but Signet Ring to Interstellar Shipping is quite strong. Do we want a tech here? I think yes. Chimarchy is very powerful. Disposal Facility is more fun. Especially with how strong our deck is. I think I'm going to go for the Disposal Facility. That does not require us to take Spice, although we should do that. Although if we take Solari, we can go High Council. So take Solari, take Disposal Facility seems pretty strong. So how are we going to redistribute our... Let's do this. So we do this. We advance. We recall. We take Solari. We buy Disposal Facility. Using the tech from our Snooper. We trash a dagger out of hand. Okay, so first we go down on Guild to go up on Fremen for water. Then we could just retake Guild. I think it's better to just start on the Emperor Snooper. Yeah, this leader is overpowered. I don't know. I mean, I've played her sometimes and she felt pretty bad. It's not always the case that she's strong. One nice thing about her is that based on the way her ring works, she never actually has to go hit wealth if she doesn't want to. Wealth is good in the early game, but it's not good in the late game. And we can basically use her ring to just not have to hit that space. We need to go ahead and hit High Council because Ilbon might try to beat us to it. She really wants that detonation point to go off. So we do this. And now, I mean, It's almost worth it to early reveal over the guild bankers. I don't really hate if Eliza gets it. Like, Eliza's kind of far behind. And I think as Tessia, you do need to play your diplomacy. So, like, we could play with diplomacy to fold space, get another 3 Solari, and then make it more difficult for Hunter to take that alliance. Yeah, Secrets is, like, normally the correct play. But the fold space is just a good card to have. The one going for Chimarki. Artillery, interesting. Holtzman. Well, Holtzman is a little dangerous here. So does Eliza take the guild bankers? She should. Whether she does is a different question. I'm not going to early reveal. I know it's probably the correct play. I'm not going to do it. Blows the row up. Interesting. More fuel for us to use our ring on, I suppose. And again, it makes things harder for Hundro, who's the only other player who seems to be succeeding right now. And again, another fold space is just good to have. I don't think I got the snooper. When did I get the snooper? I think it was like... It was long after Hundro would have influenced it. So for 3, I think he just took the card I wanted. Nope, not Stilgar. I wanted the sister. That got taken. I don't think it's worth detonating here. Because, like, what am I really going to get that I want for 3 anyway, so... We'll just call it a day. So he did have the ability to go to that fold space, and I'm sure he would have if he could have. We're guaranteed to draw the yellow next round, so we're gonna get to go Interstellar again. Okay, that's a point for Hundro. It's a delayed point, but he'll get it eventually. Wow. Blaza should have deployed more, I guess. We gotta wait for the one step set aside, but we've got enough persuasion to get pretty much anything that we really want out of this row. Didn't get our heavy hitters, but that's okay. We also, you know, we want to play careful because we want to get that disposal facility again. Trash our reconnaissance when we reveal. Ideally, we hit one of these two spaces and use the shifting allegiances to make things nasty for people. Get an intrigue card. Okay, so that's interesting. Just even more incentive to finish the research track, basically. Unfortunately, we went the slow route, not knowing that we were going to draw this card. Could just use it for spice. Not the worst thing to do. I guess, you know, I could just not play the fold space and play the experimentation of smuggling. The techs are so good, though. But I'm not going to get Interstellar next round. So having that smuggling bump could be pretty helpful. Could Mentat, but I don't have the spice to Mentat. So maybe I go like experimentation to Haga Basin, knowing that Ilbon does not have enough spice to hit Mentat. Sorry, enough Solari, rather. Hoping that we are able to shifting to Mentat. Using the spice that we picked up. That seems pretty logical, I think. Although I think one of these other two players is going to beat me to Mentat. But at least if I... So I'm thinking here I'm going to put a troop in, because... Eliza wants to use her Dreadnought. She's not going to want to go to Mentat. But if she goes to Mentat, she can still use her Dreadnought, is the problem. But at least if I remind her of the combat, then she maybe itches more to just go in. Go to Hardy or something. So Hunter didn't take it. So we do have an opportunity here to hit Mentat. If Eliza doesn't do it, which she probably should, but hopefully she won't. Don't follow on that Smugglet. I guess he's going for Holtzman Engine. Which makes sense, but if he wanted Holtzman Engine so bad, he probably should have just picked up the Guild Bankers. He's got Piter though, so he'll make it happen. But it's round 5 and he doesn't have any points, so it's he's definitely going for the long con. I don't know. I think it's too slow a strategy. Okay, cool. So maybe we should go down on Ferment instead of Guild, because like going down on Guild does cost us a point. It's not clear to me whether or not Hunter is actually going to chase us on that. We can just go back to Fremen. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We get on Fremen, we go up on Emperor, take Emperor Alliance. I kind of wanted to have this card next round. Since I'm assuming that I'm not going to get Interstellar shipping. But right now, I guess we'll just play it Grafted Dwarf Old Space to try to draw into more gas. Although we run the risk of drawing the 4 Humanity. Say la vie, I suppose. It might actually let me win this combat, surprisingly enough. He's doing a lot in this action. At least now we're only 3 researches away from the study melange point. If we can get the spice at the end of the game, which is not a given. Party Warriors. Bit of a weird play with Society. I thought he was supposed to. I thought he was going for Holtzman. I guess if he thinks that that's going to win him the combat, but that's not how I'm going to play it. I think we do play the Infiltrator because we want to get back to our experimentations. And back to the Infiltrator. And if we draw the For Humanity, well, that's unfortunate, but it's still a 2 Persuasion card. I wonder what our odds are of having a 5 Alliance game. Sorry, that's not a real thing. A 4 Alliance game. I think it's quite possible. Treachery would definitely make it possible. Convincing is good. So now, as long as we don't draw dagger or fold space. Convincing. Great. Fantastic. No daggers in hand, and Ilbon does have an artillery, so maybe he ends up beating us in the combat. That would make his hardy play make more sense. Okay, yeah. That's fair. Twisted Mentat. That's cool. Do we... Oh, he blew it up. And then we're 1 short of Kwisatz. Spiritual Fervor's good for us, isn't it? It's a faction bump. And more progress. I think there's something better out there. So... These cards are incredible. Double shifting is kind of the obvious thing to do. What about Shai Halud? It's cool because we can trash a second card, right? We could, you know, reveal trash reconnaissance, buy Shai Halud. Alternatively, we could go for the Surgeon, which, I don't know, that might be overkill. First things first, reconnaissance has to go. Double shifting is cool, but how are we supposed to come up with all that spice? Let's do the fun thing, Shai Halud, right? But why though? If we buy Shai Halud, we also buy Contaminator. For Ferment Bond. Yeah, put you on top of the deck. I know the better play was shifting allegiances, but it's okay. I made a different choice. Snooper again. We're gonna have a lot of trash in this game. Honestly, I would trash either of those cards now. This signet ring does still have a use. We can use it to help lock in that BG alliance. But our other cards are stronger. And we have different combos we're trying to get. Like the Bene Gesserit stuff. Or, sorry, the Fremen stuff. With Shai Hulud. We want to draw this as much as possible. So yeah, I think... Although I'm looking at this, like, we can't play all this stuff. He is still trying to fight us on that, so the ring does have a value there. We could just take it from him with shifting, though. If he doesn't reinforce it a second time. And shifting can already move us away on that faction, so I do think the ring is just not that valuable. Although we can draw the ring and then trash it to selective breeding. Which is not bad. We'll see. He bought training drones. Ordnance. Ordnance is pretty good for us here. We want to Mentat. I think we'd actually just want to Mentat because it lets us play the For Humanity, gets us more overall agent boxes, and it denies Ilbon. So it does a lot of things we want. At this point, we basically don't... We're not, like... He's got Sayadina, but he doesn't have Fremen. He doesn't have water, so I don't really know what he's doing. Maybe we have to play Contaminator here, because if we don't, then we may not be able to play it at all. We have it at Infiltrator, so we could draft with it, potentially. He already played his Diplomacy. But Hunter probably has his. So unfortunately, I think we have to make a diversion to fold to Still 6 here. I don't think it would have made it back around to me. That meant that we lost Mentat, but now we have the research station option and the Great Flat. If we wanted to go for like highlighter next round. I don't think that's the best use of our spice. I don't know. We'll see. The research station is helpful for helping us get the study melange to go off. Hunter does have 3 intrigues, which is of note to me. We might not want to trash with Snooper. Like, we may end up getting into a spot with Shai Hulud where we run out of cards to trash. So it may be better to have cards in hand. Especially if we're hitting... Yeah. so I think we actually want to draw the ring here. Well, if we trash it, what we can do is we can go fold space to, or maybe we do for humanity to, no, we do this. We draw the dagger, and now we can immediately trash the dagger from hand. We have the daggers from Shai-Hulud now, so if we take for humanity to Great Flat, we can put troops in, reveal Shai-Hulud for daggers. Still get our faction bump. So far we've trashed 3 fold spaces, 2 daggers, reconnaissance, convincing argument, and signet ring. Which is going to help blunt Tessia's natural fall off, basically. Yeah, like Tessia falls off, but when you have a disposal facility, you don't. We're just ever so slightly short of a spice must flow. I don't see that happening. For humanity, probably we go up on Fremen, get the water. Or we go up on Bene Gesserit and we get the snooper. I think that's better. That way the next time we draw a Contaminator, we can go up on Fremen again. I think by round 6 you're better off just buying a Scarab. But she's at 0 Scarabs, so like maybe she just like, well... Ooh, Kynes. Well... I know what I'm buying if I get a chance. So... Is it better to play Experimentation? Because Experimentation gives us a faction bump, same as for humanity. And it moves us forward on the research track. I mean, the answer is like maybe yes. Like maybe this is better. Although we get more total faction bumps, because then we can take the next faction bump here. We get more overall. But the research is important with the steady melange, I think. Do this. I guess if somebody flips a Jessica, we can do it that way. So do this. Take Bene Gesserit. Take another intrigue. CTM. Okay. I don't think we're gonna be able to get that, but it's good to know it's there. We're revealing 5 daggers. That's not enough. Maybe we don't even get anything out of it, actually. Yeah, I think we just don't even participate. Who cares if I get 4 Solari? And now we have the spice that we can use with the shifting allegiances. So I do think we want to take the Guild Alliance. Unless he has like a demand respect or something, which I don't think he'll use like that. Okay, so I feel good about not using my troops now. Does Ilban have... He does. Mimic Film for the win. Well, with CTM, we kind of want Imperium Ceremony now, right? I guess shifting is also pretty strong. We have 4 spice. Having double shifting is crazy in concept. And we can get, like, I don't know if we want Fremen Camp. So a little too much yellow. I don't know that I want to trash anything here. Because now I'm out of fold spaces. But who cares about them? Well, I guess the issue is, like, it's my only access to most of the factions. So I don't think I can trash it. Trash experimentation, but that has a lot of negative potential consequences. Because we don't have that much research. I don't think we trash anything. I could trash Contaminator. Like, I'm not getting a second Scarab point. So yeah, I guess we trash the Contaminator. We got the Scarab out of it that we wanted. And then let's pick up a G Manipulation. Because that spice could feed into the shifting. Also, because we don't want to trash too many cards. We need some cards in our deck for Shy Halud. It's also more persuasion for the CTM. She still hasn't detonated. That's so crazy. I wonder if he's from Kuwait. I wonder if that's the joke behind the name. Battle for Arakeen. Okay. So we have a lot of stuff we want to play in this hand. We move before Hundro, so we can guaranteed take the guild from him. What is the value of attack? Well, Holtzman Engine is probably not that good. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Probably not worth it. Ordnance is potentially very good, and Chimurky is unclear. I mean, what are the odds that... I don't know. I mean, the intrigues are kind of like the whole reason I'd buy Chimurky here. So I think that means Ordnance is better. Ilbon Pheromones is his way to Fremen. Interesting. Did he trash the site? And he did not. What's the research give us right now? Gives us trash, which we don't probably care about. I think it's better to play shifting here. That's one fewer dagger for his artillery. Now that I'm thinking about it. They've caught up with me for the most part. Alaise is still pretty far behind, but the others are catching up. With in-game points like this, we might just try to transition our strategy to try to make the game go long. So Eliza picks up Ordnance, so that option is just off the table now. So we're in no rush to infiltrate. I think what we do is this. Shai-Hulud, okay. So we go down on Fremen to steal gold. We don't have the reveal on the Shai-Hulud at the moment. I don't think we're winning this combat. Not with Eliza having what she does. And it's crazy how much she's invested in winning combats and then proceeded to not win a single one. It's a little sad, actually. The Hardy should be enough to get for the combat. Well, she doesn't have any intrigue cards, so what you see is what you get for the most part. So she's at basically like 13. That's not unbeatable. It's not unbeatable. So let's go Infiltrator here. We drew 4 humanity. Advance, Call, Spice. Now we can go up 3 on a faction. So we could use this to take advantage of Fremen. First, let's go up on BG to get the intrigue card. Okay. Then we have Double Cross. We can buy Holtzman here, but it's probably not going to do us any good. Buy the Chimerki. Plans within plans just trivializes the game. That's unfortunate. That kind of sucks. But it does mean that we have to play the Study of Melange here. And the Double Cross. Because the card is too strong. I would play the Cull, but we don't actually have a card we want to trash. I guess I could trash a Shifting. We go to 4 humanity. Unless Ilban does something, we can use it to take 2 alliances at once and have all 4 alliances. Plans within plans means the game is over, by the way. This card sucks. I think we were going to win without it, but it makes this game no longer have any tension. you got 2 extra daggers hidden, but that's not enough. I guess I should... I don't know. I mean, I probably shouldn't have double-crossed her. Ambush, okay. It's not horrible. Grand Conspiracy. We have the High Council seat. We have the influence tracks. The dreadnoughts are not happening. There's all 4 of them. And he's used his treachery, so he's not probably going to be able to steal it back. Well, we just hope the Hunter doesn't go to smuggling, because that's the only thing we can do now, is smuggle. We actually did not get the Shai-Hulud to go off, so maybe we'd want to play that instead of the experimentation, just for more troops, but I don't think so. 4 troops is probably enough. And the research progress is actually worthwhile. That's actually pretty strong. That's 1, 2, 3 points for Hundro. So it takes him up to 9. It's a huge swing in his favor. Because the Grand Conspiracy wants us to have an SMF, I think we need to trash an experimentation instead of a convincing. Hello, Firm Grip. You came at an interesting time. It's a 4 persuasion card. So we can't get below, right? I mean, I guess we can. We can play the call and also the ambush. I don't want to play the ambush, but you know, what I really don't want is to get my intrigue card stolen. Of course, if I play the ambush, I just get another intrigue card. So I don't know. Firm Grip. If we call, we can call the... I'm almost thinking about calling Shai-Hulud, but I think it's got to be a convincing argument. Yeah, that puts us off of Mentat, but whatever. What a funky hand. Okay, well, we're not going to get stolen from. Does he have the demand? Nope. Cool. I don't think he has a way to steal the alliance. Well, now we have the daggers for the Shai Halud. This is basically a second restricted ordinance. It's round 8 and she doesn't have a sword master, which is interesting. Also interesting this round 8 and we haven't been able to get a single SMF with a high council seat. But there's a firm grip in there. Basically all our best cards are in there, so I think we just want to go to still suits. There is a problem that Ilbon might beat us to research station, but whatever. Playing experimentation is worth a point because it gives us the end of the faction track, or of the Scarab track, I mean. Not the end, but the relevant portion. So we're going to want to hit that eventually. Hopefully with the Infiltrator, if we can draw the Infiltrator. We do this to prevent any shenanigans. It also allows us to deploy, and it opens up the research station. Which, if we get research station, that also gives us our point. The other crazy thing about having these cards is that we know that nobody else is going to have this crazy late game point swing. Because they can't. We have the cards. Okay, Ilbon, Moment of Truth. Are you going research station? Or do you want to hit Highliner again and go Great Flat? Nope, he blocks us. Okay. Bummer. So I think we actually just go Arakeen here now. Like, I don't know, for these cards to work, the game has to end. Though, Plans is the only one that's actually giving me a point. Because of our SMF issues. One SMF gives us an additional card from Grand Conspiracy. Can't afford the spaceport. Well, I suppose I could if I go Experimentation to Great Flat, I could do that. I don't think that's, like, a great move, but I could do it. Well, I mean, it gives us the research, so sure. I guess he doesn't get anything out of revealing or keeping the Shadowy Bargain, so we might as well play it. This shouldn't be enough to win us the combat. We end up at 13. That should not be enough. Especially if Aleza makes any kind of play for it, but maybe. I doubt it. So the lifting of the agent there does imply that he has a way to steal. Which I can't do anything about it at this stage. I guess that's how he could steal, right? He goes to the same space twice. He had to use his diplomacy to go there. Does he have other access to Emperor? I feel like he does not. He already uses pheromones. He already uses treachery. Piter can't do it. Diadina can't do it. I don't see how he does it without a card. Spaceport. That's an SMF. I was hoping for the shifting, for the firm grip, but that'll do. Also, it would have been a point if I could get 4 humanity, because I can go down 2 on Fremen. He can't afford Conspire, so if Hunter did block Wealth, he would be kind of screwed. But I don't think we've seen the Intrigue card for Emperor Influence, but if he had it, he would have played it already. He didn't Strong Arm. Maybe he has Quid Pro? Combat should come down to intrigues from Hundro. He's got 3 intrigues, so it's likely that he'll have it. High Council. Does he find the loyal subject? Because Quid Pro doesn't work anymore. He doesn't actually have an agent on Emperor at this point. I have Chimerky, so I think it's almost impossible for me to lose. I said it was a sure thing she was going to detonate, but it's looking like it's not going to happen. We also get a point from Grand Conspiracy for just having the SMF. Should I trash diplomacy just to say that I did? Nah, let's not. So, game does officially end this round if Ilbon doesn't steal my alliance. But if he does steal my alliance and I win the combat, then the game still ends this round. I don't think I just don't think he has access to wealth, so I think we're okay. And again, if he had an intrigue card that could do this, he would have done it already. Maybe he drew the gain access intrigue, but I don't think so. it's looking like a no for stealing the alliance. What about Hunter, though? Because he's at, like... Hold on, he's at 13. If he wins the combat, I think he wins the game. He has to have a card to do it, but if he does, I think he wins. Spy Stats is an incredible 3-point swing for him. Because right now I'm at... Well, I mean, even if he wins the combat... But he's at 13, right? So yeah, if he wins the combat, he wins. Because I'm at... Well, hold on a second. I'm at 14. He goes to 13. Combat takes him to 15. Yeah, he would win. Unless I drew another point card. If I drew, like, Machine Culture or something from second, but... Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Hunter, do you have it? Doesn't have it. Shai-Hulud! Shai-Hulud! Sacrifice to the worm. So... I do win without the plant clause. If you take away 3 points from my score, I still win on Shimogi. So that makes me feel better about it. Cause I was winning by so much that it didn't matter. But really, the only thing that it looks like a blowout, but it's actually not. It's a blowout relative to Aleza. Sure, I've got 4 times as many points as her. But relative to Hundro, it's not. If Hundro has so much as an ambush or a tactician, this game resolves differently. He actually... Okay, he did use his scientific breakthrough. So it was well played on Hundro's part. He made a few decisions that I didn't agree with, but overall it worked out well for him. The Spy Stats was a little bit lucky, but it was pretty cool. And I like when that happens. Quad Alliances. It's been a while since I had one of those. Didn't use the Firm Grip for anything at all, but the For Humanity was pretty good, because this enabled that 2 alliances in 1 action turn last round. Never got the Intrigue card off the Infiltrator. Just didn't draw it the last round, unfortunately. Double Shifting Allegiances, I think, was kind of the story of the game. This card is broken. It's not broken. It's broken on Tessia. It's really good, but it's not broken. I retract that statement immediately. Here are my text. Disposal facility. There was a lot going on in this game. And then you can see all my trashed stuff. Contaminator was cute because it did end up giving us an additional point. If you add 1 specimen to our total that we spent on the Contaminator, we end up not having that point. So the Contaminator actually did end up netting us a point overall, which is kind of cool. In addition to, of course, giving us more Fremen. If I am to say something nice about Tessia, it's that the fluidity of her influence is pretty cool. The idea that you're kind of shape-shifting your factions around and you're hard to predict, and that has a psychological effect on other players' behavior. That's cool. But I think this game kind of came down to like us having such an insanely strong early start. MVP card. It's got to be shifting, right? Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit unfair because we have 2 of them, but yeah, it's shifting allegiances for sure. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Turns out Tessia doesn't always have to end the game early. Anyway, I will see you guys later.